Hello. Welcome to the Sports Chowdown. I'm Red Velvet. That's Uncle Lump.
Hello.
We got a busy lineup this week.
Good.
It's been a busy week of sports and
Lots of
activities.
sports.
Friday Night Lights, week 1.
Yeah.
Action. So we got several games to talk about there. We have volleyball. We got racing. We got all sorts of different activities.
Sweet.
I got like 17 tabs open right now, so it's a lot.
Lots to talk about.
A lot of stuff. Right now, we want to take the time right now. We want to thank our gold sponsors. They're the ones that let us do what we do. We want to thank Pappy's Barbecue, meet, eat, repeat. Wabash Valley Plumbing, they lay pipe. That's our slogan. It's not theirs. U.S. Lawns Terre Haute, they mow grass. RJ's Formal Wear, they have tuxedos. ML Productions, they make movies. Stitch Brands, embroidery, other stuff. Peak Performance Gym, no peak, no results. Wabash Valley Dalton Teen Challenge, meeting you at the crossroads of addiction. Blue Anchor Roofing and Restoration, they fix stuff. Thank you, gold sponsors. How was your weekend?
It was great. How was yours?
It was great.
It's my kid's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday weekend, Rylan.
So, yeah, we just had football Saturday, moved to the game Friday night, and then hung out all day Sunday. So,
Cool.
Had a good time.
Oh, yeah. We
What
had
about you?
Oh, it was good. Did some fishing, watched some football, took a nap.
Did you get to do any fishing?
I got to cast like 3 times.
That's not bad.
Hey,
That's
man,
pretty good for most dads.
When you're on dad duty fishing, there's no, like,
Yeah.
I didn't get my chair out.
You might as well just assume you're not going
No.
to cast. Then you're excited about the 3 casts that you do get.
Yeah. I was fighting with the kids because they're like, we want
Always.
to sit down. I go, we have 1 chair. Doesn't matter. I want to sit in. No, it's not fair to everybody else.
I'm doing all the work.
And I'm like, I'm running around like a crazy person. So let's just fish. And end up, fishing with little kids. It's like you go out for 10 minutes. Oh, I'm hot. We're done. And then they
Yeah.
go in, then you sit for an hour and you come back.
You got to remember that's most of our audience
I
right
know.
now is little kids.
No, I know.
So children, take it easy on your parents. It's
Yeah,
hard. It's
it is
hard being
hard.
a parent. It's hard being a kid too.
It is hard. We had a podcast episode drop today for the parents tuning in. Luke Pingleton. We got to hear about his sawmill, his military career, and being a parent, and
Yeah, all
other
kinds of fun.
kind of nonsense we get into. So we have another episode dropping on Thursday.
And that will be
Is that
Mr. Corey.
Mr. Corey Emery, 516, up and coming rapper, Christian rapper, that is. He has a show coming up August 31st in Kokomo. So
Very
that's-
good. Go check him out. 516 on any platform, I believe.
Yeah.
But very, very good.
Very good guy, very nice guy. He's got a great story. So
And we'll have the video. When is the next home game for Northview?
Sullivan game. It's
Couple weeks.
Not this week, next week.
So in a couple weeks, we did do our first tailgate
Mhm.
for the night. So we'll have the kind of video of all the fun and cool stuff we had. But we had like 5-6 different tailgates out there cooking, and then
Yeah, I think we had in and out total. I think we had over 50 people. So that was a pretty good
Yeah,
show,
we had a
especially
good
for the
time.
first time.
gave away a lot of t-shirts,
a lot of
and
t-shirts, a lot of hats.
stickers, and hats, and all kinds of fun
Oh, yeah.
stuff. So come out and hang out with us in a couple weeks. We'll be doing another one.
Come out and have some fun with us. So, all right, you ready to get down?
I think
down
so.
Dirty.
Let's do it.
business?
Unless you want to still do the thing we talked about earlier. I'm afraid to say it because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know if our financial advisor approved it or
we'll talk
not.
about that later.
Okay.
It's week 1. It's week 1.
No, not that one.
Oh,
The other one we talked about. Anyway,
sorry, done forgot.
that's okay.
Anyway, we're gonna get ready for volleyball. We have a Northview volleyball. They've played a lot of games this week. Knights versus Plainfield on Monday. Knights win 3-1. It was a clutch game.
Nice.
And then the next day they faced Terre Haute North. Knights won 3-0. And then Saturday rolls around and we had the Plainfield invite. We had Knights versus Linton. Knights won 2-0.
Good job.
Knights faced Perry Meridian. Knights won 2-0.
Nice.
And then Knights faced Fishers. Knights won 2-0.
Consistent.
Then in the final round, Knights faced Plainfield again. Plainfield did get the win 2-1.
Mm.
Some stats for the week. There's a lot of numbers in volleyball. Kiera Lucas had 101 kills, 9 aces, 5 blocks, 103 digs, and 3 assists.
Nice.
Brady McDonald, 4 aces, 198 digs, 12 assists. Carson Buck, 28 kills, 3 aces, 8 blocks, 32 digs, and 71 assists. Alexis Strala, 28 kills, 5 aces, 4 blocks, and 32 digs. And Morgan Olig, 2 aces, 34 digs, and 62 assists.
Can you go back to the first two again? How many kills?
There was 101 kills.
Who was that?
Kiera Lucas.
Great job. And
Yep.
who was the digs? There was almost 200.
Brady McDonald had 198 for the week. Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
There's a lot of action at these volleyball games. If you've not been to a high school volleyball game, you should go.
Did you say somebody broke a school
Oh, yeah,
record?
Brady McDonald. When they played Plainfield the first time, she broke the school record with digs in a game. I think it was 54.
Yeah.
I could be dead wrong.
That makes sense why she almost had 200 on the week, though. That's pretty amazing. Well, good job.
I
Congratulations.
still don't know what a dig is, but
When they get the ball, they dig it off the ground before it hits the ground. They take the spike and they get their hands down so it hits their hands and not the ground.
okay.
And they save it. I could be completely wrong. I'm just guessing.
Sure.
But
We'll go
based
with
on my little bit of volleyball knowledge, I'm going to go with that.
We'll go with that. We're going to move over to varsity action. We're going to start with Greencastle. That's a new program.
Oh, welcome, Greencastle.
With Tiger Cubs. They faced Monrovia. Score 35-21. Monrovia did get the victory, but it was a hard-fought game. Some key stats. Cole Stevens, 3 carries, 15 yards, 25 pass completions, 300 yards passing, and 3 touchdowns. Cameron Pingleton, 9 carries, 35 yards, 5 receptions for 50 yards.
Nice.
Anthony Adams had 8 receptions, 118 yards, and a touchdown. Ian Williamson had a carry, 8 yards, 6 receptions for 100, and 2 touchdowns.
Great job.
Then on the defensive side, Cam Pingleton led the way, 14 tackles, 1 for a loss and a forced fumble.
Good
Chris
work.
Olson had 9. Caden Blodgett, I probably butchered your name.
I'm glad
I
you did
apologize.
this one for the first
That's okay.
time. You
I
can
know.
butcher it.
Yeah, it's okay. 9 tackles,
usually
1
me.
for a loss. Jacob Simmerman, 5 tackles, 2 for a loss and a sack. And Caden Tomasino, 5 tackles, 2 for a loss. Now over to you for some South Vermilion. and
All
West Vigo.
right. South Vermilion takes on West Vigo. 49-0. Wildcats get the victory. Dom Garzolini with
Who's
10
this?
completions.
This is offense for the South,
the
South
off-
Vermilion.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. I was going to say, I don't know why you're asking me. I have no idea
No,
who
this
this
is for
is.
South. I didn't label it. No.
So offense for South Vermilion, Dom Garzolini, 10 completions for 200 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Good job.
Good Lord. Alex Shyrock.
Shyrock. Yeah, there you go.
There it was. That was the letters were like
I couldn't get it
getting
right.
jumbled, and I was
Yeah.
struggling there. So yep,
So Alex
apologize.
Shyrock, we apologize.
Welcome
for
to the
butchering it.
show.
Welcome to the show.
Had 4 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Derek Coleman with 7 carries for 44 yards and 4 receptions for 79 yards and a touchdown. I am struggling.
Struggle bus.
Aiden Wallace with 3 receptions, 58 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dylan Hill with a reception with 26 yards and a touchdown. And Parker Weir with 2 receptions with 37 yards and a touchdown. My brain is not working. And then on the defensive side, we have Kyle Higgins with 9 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss and a forced fumble. A fumble recovery. Alex Shryock with 8 tackles. Leland Drake with 5 tackles and an interception. And Logan Flock with 5 tackles. Great
All right.
work. And
Now we-
sorry for butchering your names. I apologize greatly.
And now we have Northview take on Terre Haute North. We were actually at that game.
That was a great game.
When you have a kid that plays on the team, you have
Yeah,
to go
you're
to the
gonna be at
game.
all
You're
those.
contractually obligated.
Yep.
But that was a great game. Both teams did phenomenal. 34-20, Knights get the dub. Some offensive stats for the Knights. Colton Bath. It's now Bath time at Northview, baby.
Had a great game.
12 carries, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 11 pass completions for 151 yards and 2 more touchdowns.
Great job.
Demarius McLawyer, 13 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice.
Avery Perry, 5 receptions, 58 yards,
And a
and
amazing
a sweet catch.
I almost had to censor myself.
Yeah,
there.
and a catch and double coverage. That will probably be on the highlight reel
Good
later.
work. That was awesome.
Gibson Schimmel, 2 receptions, 21 yards, and a touchdown. And Gage Thompson had a reception, 10 yards, and a touchdown.
Great job. He's still trying to work out some of those wings, probably.
Probably. And I will give some advice to the Northview Knights. Drink water, eat bananas the rest of this week. or
Yep.
else you will cramp more.
Lots of cramps.
A lot of cramps. On defense, Slate fell 8 tackles, 1 for a loss. Stormin, Norman, Devin Orman, 7 tackles,
That
1
was
for
so
a
many
loss.
words.
Yeah, that's what I call him. Garrett Schimmel with 6 tackles, Gage Thompson with 5, and Carter Kemp 3 tackles and a pick.
Nice. Good work.
And then on the Terre Haute North side, Harrison Wetzel, 3 carries, 26 yards, 6 pass completions, 1 for 134 yards and a touchdown. Zaire White, big night for that young
Yes.
man, 20 carries, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 reception for 3.
He was tough.
He's a tough kid. Josiah Bennett, 2 carries, 17 yards, 1 reception, 42 yards and a touchdown. And Jarrett Cottrell had a reception for 46.
Great job. Great game.
On the defense, Jack McDonald, 10 tackles on the
Dang.
night. Brighton Sanders, hey, he tied him with another 10 himself. Blake Stallman had 9 tackles and an interception. Greg Sanders with 9 tackles and 1 for a loss. And Quincy Moran 8
Nailed
tackles,
it.
2 for a loss.
Great job.
Oh, here we go. Now we got Ben Davis and Cathedral.
Ben Davis versus Cathedral, 24-6. Cathedral get the victory. On the offensive side for Ben Davis, I'm assuming.
Yes.
We have Isaiah Rogers with 28 completions for 248 yards. Elijah Price with 7 carries, 54 yards, and 2 receptions for a yard. Mark Zachary with 7 receptions for 78 yards.
Good job.
And Anthony Stapleton Jr. with 7 receptions for 56 yards. Then on the defensive side, Andre Spells Jr. had 16 tackles and a tackle for a loss. Good Lord. Frank Bertram had 9 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss and a sack. Antonio McGee had 8 tackles and 2 tackles for a loss. Isaiah White with 7 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss. And Mark Zachary again, 6 tackles, a tackle for a loss, and an interception for a touchdown.
That was
Great job.
And to go a little deeper into Mark Zachary's interception, that was a 100-yard pick six.
Oh, even better.
Wow.
Great work.
Now we move over to North Putt versus North Montgomery. The Cougars win 52-20. Christian Kramer had 30 carries, 252 yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, and then 6 pass completions for 91 yards.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's a pretty impressive night.
That's a big day. And then Wes Murphy had 12 carries for 74 yards and a touchdown. Then on defense, Wes Murphy, again, 9 tackles. Kyler Hankins, 9 tackles and 2 sacks. Khalid Hasser, 8 tackles, 1 for a loss, 1 sack, and a forced fumble.
Man.
Owen Thurman and Caden Hankins, 7 tackles each.
Great game.
Now we have Park Heritage versus Crawford.
All right. 14-6. Crawfordsville gets the victory on the offensive side for
Park Heritage.
Park Heritage. I would have guessed Crawfordsville. Thank you. Mason Wilcox, 7 carries for 6 yards and 9 completions for 104 yards. Carson Rollison, 11 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. And Keaton Ramey with 3 receptions for 117 yards. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
On the defensive side, Jared Graves, 16 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss.
Good job.
Carter Gaines, 13 tackles and a half sack. Tucker Conley, 9 tackles in the other half of that sack. And Carson Rollison, 8 tackles. Great game.
Shout out to Jared Graves, a former CYFL alum.
Oh.
Now we have South Putt versus Speedway. And the Eagles win 28-20. Some offensive stats for them. Ty Benton had 141 yards and a touchdown. Briar Cook, 76 yards and a touchdown. Wyatt Mullen, 76 yards. Branson Enders, 2 receptions, 34 yards and a touchdown. The team had a total of 295 yards rushing.
Dang.
And then on the defensive side, Brody Burge and Ashton Nichols both had an interception. And Keenan Maury Shields, 23 tackles, 1 for a loss, and a forced fumble.
Great work.
Oh, yeah.
Now we move on to North Central versus North Vermilion, 41-0. North Vermilion gets the victory. On the offensive side,
North Central.
for North Central, Lane Fegley with 4 carries, 4 completions for 30 yards. Graydon Walters with 9 carries for 58 yards and 2 completions for 37. Gavin Tryon, maybe. I think I got it right.
Yeah.
5 carries for 28 yards. I feel like I skipped there for a second. I couldn't get my brain to
You go
stop.
dial up.
Yeah, I think so. It's always on dial up. There's a hamster up there just running.
Uh-oh.
DJ Suggs, 1 carry for a yard and 2 receptions for 2 yards. Sawyer Cox with 3 receptions for 42 yards, and Rylan Cox with 2 receptions for 23.
All right. Now we have scores to report for some other surrounding teams. Cloverdale faced Riverton Park, and Riverton Park beat Cloverdale 34-33. I bet that was a dog fight. Terre Haute South faced Plainfield, and Plainfield won 31-27. Linton faced the number 1 team in Division 7, Ohio.
It's a tough week 1.
Marion Local. They came to town, and Marion did get the victory 45-6. And then Sullivan faced North Knox, and Sullivan wins 48-6.
Good work.
And then we have a JV score from Saturday. Northview traveled to Terre Haute North, and the Knights won 38-0.
Congratulations.
Now we have some North Clay Middle School football.
7th grade takes on West Vigo, 16-0. Knights get the victory. Brockton Stewart, 7 carries for 35 yards and a reception for 15. Reed Barker with 4 carries for 40 yards and an extra point. Hunter Hayes with 8 carries for 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 completions for 25 yards. Bo Leslie with a reception for 10 yards, and Eli Conklin with a carry for 3 yards.
Yep.
Then on the defensive side, Reed Barker with 4 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. Hunter Wilson with 4 tackles, tackle for a loss. Riley McMains with 4 tackles. Colton Moore with 4 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. And Bo Leslie with 3 tackles and 2 tackles for a loss.
Good job. Good job, 7th grade. 8th grade faced West Vigo. The Knights win 34-6. Jamie Zeimendorf had 7 carries, 105 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice.
He also had a 70-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Briar Killian, 3 carries, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 pass completions, and 85 yards.
Nice.
Colton Evelyn, 7 carries for 22 yards, and he had 1 catch for 6. William Woodruff, 3 receptions for 70 yards. Tristan Brown, 2 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown.
Good job.
Over on defense, Benton Hoskins had 2 tackles, 1 for a loss. William Woodruff, 2 tackles, 1 for a loss. Zayden Reisinger had 3 tackles and a pick 6.
Good job.
Gage Sims with 2 tackles, and Carson Williams had a tackle and a pick. All right.
Good way to start the season for the middle school.
Now we got some Caden Wells racing.
Caden Wells racing. KB won his junior sprint heat and placed 2nd in the feature. Good job, Caden. Congratulations,
Caden. Now we have soccer. We start with the girls' side. The Knights face Terre Haute North, and North wins 4-1. Some stats for Northview. Lauren Tilley had a goal and a steal. Cambry Knuckles had an assist. Addie Modlin with a steal. Sophie Tipton had 7 steals, and Ava Harper had 9 saves.
Great job.
And then for the boys faced Terre Haute North. Score was 2-0 North, and then they faced Danville, and Danville won 2-1. Be nice. So we got some stats there, JP Arvin.
Man, thrown straight under the bus.
It's okay.
Now we move on to Northview Girls Golf. They won the WIC. They scored 371 points. Amber Moreland placed 2nd. Kaylee James placed 3rd. Marley Bumgardner placed 6th. And Macy Brimberry placed 11th. All 4 girls made all conference. Congratulations.
Now we have North Clay cross country. There's a lot of C's in there.
There is, yes.
Got a little mixed up. They participated in the Fountain Central Grand Prix. The boys placed 4th and the girls placed 2nd.
Good
Some
job.
Finishes for the boys. Easton Sinclair placed 3rd and Emmett Heiliger 19th. Then for the girls, Lauren Horn 2nd, Laney Hughes 6th, Blakely Hughes 13th, Haley Osborne 15th, Lily Loden 18th, Lila Brimberry 20th, Rayleigh with 23rd, and Kinley Hughes 23rd.
How far do they have to run? It looks exhausting.
I know high school is 3.1 miles, which is way too much for me.
Way further.
I'm guessing it's somewhere around there. But
today I tried to jog on the treadmill because I need to get my cardio up.
That's treadmill.
But I think I made it give or take about 45 seconds to a minute before I was like, okay, I got to slow down.
You don't
too
sprint.
much.
They're not sprinting for 3 miles.
Fair point.
They're pacing themselves.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I should have probably done that too, but I like to just go for gold.
I've ran 1 5K in my life, and that was good enough. That was when I was in peak performance.
I walked
not
a 5K
gym, actually,
once.
my performance.
We're in peak performance now.
We are
all the time.
You know what? Yeah, I'm in peak performance
Yeah.
3 days a week.
Always in peak performance.
That's right. Now we have some Clay County Softball League.
All
This
right.
is the Transition League.
Stitched versus Riddell Bank, 7-0 Riddell on the batting side for Stitch. Number 5 had a hit and a stolen base. Number 8 with a stolen base, and number 2 with a hit and stolen base.
Yep. And then on the mound.
And then on the pitching side, Paisley had a strikeout. Good job.
Yep. Got to get better with my names over there.
Were you there?
I was there. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I want to ask their names.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. It's like NCAA football, like 2004. Number 4.
Number 4.
Running back number 4.
Scores a touchdown.
Yeah. Now we move
That's
to
okay.
Clay County Softball League coach pitch. Brazil Coffee Grounds face the hometown Savings Bank.
Hold on. Can I say the first one? I was requested to say the first one.
Well, I gotta get the score.
Yeah, go ahead and give the score. I just
14-2 Coffee Grounds.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
On the stats, Lily Lumsden with 4 hits and 3 doubles. Good job, Lily.
There you go.
All right, you're good now.
Delaney Wilson had 3 hits and a double. Bree Sorrell had 2 hits. Elliot Forker, 2 hits as well. And Scarlett Betcher with 2 hits. Emmy Betcher had 3 hits and Delilah Wilson with a hit. Lily made 2 plays on defense, resulting in 2 outs.
Nice.
Delaney made 2 huge outs at home plate. And Scarlett had a big play at third, resulting in an out.
Good job, girls.
Good job. Now it's time for some Terre Haute Boys and Girls Club. 3rd and 4th grade action. The Bengals, baby.
Bengals take on the Bears.
The Bears.
14-0. Bengals get the victory. Joey Lalou.
Yep.
70 rush yards for a touchdown. I can't believe I got that right.
Let's
TJ
try,
Nicholson, 60 reception yards and 65 rush yards for a touchdown. Struggling already. I don't like when we get new ones because then I don't have them like pre-done in my brain.
We're in the unexplored territory.
Yeah, we're getting uncharted waters.
It's okay.
And then we have on the defensive side, Judah Fisher, 6 tackles and a sack. Christopher Hayes, 10 tackles and 3 sacks. Goodness gracious. And Jacob Sears, 12 tackles and 4 tackles for a loss. Goodness gracious, kiddos. Good game. And then the Bengals take on Sullivan 8-0. Sullivan gets the victory. TJ Nicholson with 60 yards. Ray McCarthy with 40 yards. And then on the defensive side, Joey Lalou with a sack and a forced fumble. DJ Baker and Josh Overpeck shut down the corners and had multiple tackles. Great job.
Good job. Now we move. We have a new one.
Ooh,
Boys and
another
Girls
new
Club Pee Wee. Well, first, second grade. I call it
Thank
Pee Wee.
goodness you get to read it. I can listen to you butcher it first, and then I can try to figure it out, and then butcher it next time.
I don't butcher.
I'll still butcher it, even if I do listen to you do it.
That's true.
It's okay.
All right,
Proceed.
the Titans took on North Central, and the Titans win 35-12. Some offense. Makari Cherry, 6 carries, 87 yards. Carter Cooper had 9 carries, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
Reese Van Sickle had 2 carries and a touchdown. Over on defense, Oliver Ellington, 8 tackles, 3 for a loss. Sawyer Benson, 2 tackles, 1 for a loss, and a fumble recovery. And some coaches' notes here. Titans' dominant performance showcased their offensive firepower and defensive tenacity, solidifying their position as a formidable team this season.
Yeah. Good work.
Good job. Now it's time for the CYFL Pee Wee.
All right. Pee Wee action. Silver Knights take on Owen Valley. 8-0. Knights get the victory on the offensive side. Emerson Moore with a 2-point conversion and Sebastian Dighton with the touchdown. On the defensive side, Emerson Moore with 5 tackles and 3 sacks. Big day.
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian Dighton with 3 tackles. Huxley Tilley had 3 tackles and 3 sacks. River Stewart with 4 tackles. And Colin Helton with 2.
Good job.
Great game.
Then go ahead.
No.
Okay. Black Knights took on Sullivan. Sullivan wins 24-18. Drake Pettiford scored all 3 touchdowns for the Knights.
Good job, Drake.
Good job. The
That
Knights,
kid's a terror.
he is. He's a tank. The Knights are up 18-16 with 14 seconds left, and Sullivan broke through the defense to score the last second touchdown.
Good game.
And then the Maroon Knights faced West Vigo. West Vigo won 21-0.
Good job. Then we move on to the Junior League. The Maroon Knights take on Owen Valley. 20-8 Knights get the victory. Buster Ray with 4 carries for 88 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an extra point pass. Lincoln Powell with 3 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. Easton Herbert with 3 carries for 10 yards, an extra point reception. Jackson Pestoff with 3 carries for 4 yards and an extra point. And then on the defensive side, Max Osborne with 9 tackles and 2 forced fumbles.
Good
Jackson
job.
Pestoff with 6 tackles and 2 forced fumbles.
Good
Goodness
job.
gracious. Landon Pestoff with 5 tackles. Easton Herbert with 4 tackles and 2 forced fumbles. That's 6 fumbles if you're counting
That
with
is 6 fumbles, 6 forced fumbles.
Nolan Moore with 4 tackles and Buster Ray with 4. That's a cool name.
Buster Ray. The Silver Knights took on Owen Valley, and the Knights won 12-6. That was a dogfight right there.
Good job.
Landon Zabo, 11 carries, 77 yards. Lucas Harrison, 11 carries for 56. Earl Donald, 5 carries, 13 yards, and a touchdown. Grayson Forker, 2 carries for 6 yards. And Jace Hickman had 1 carry for 2 yards and a touchdown.
Great job.
They ran the fullback dive with him. I
He
bet.
made his carry count.
That's right. And then on defense, Jace Hickman led the way. 4 tackles, 2 for a loss. Grayson Forker, 4 tackles. Earl Donald, 3 tackles.
Good job.
Landon Zabo and Lucas Harrison and Parker Neese, they all matched. 2 tackles, 1 for a loss.
Good job,
Times
boys.
3.
Then the White Knights. I was going to read the same stats again. The
Yep.
White Knights take on West Vigo. 20-0. Knights get the victory on the offensive side. Liam Fabre with 6 carries, 110 yards, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion.
Big day.
Game. Mason Miller, not to be outdone, 4 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown of his
Good
own.
job.
Xavier Gerchik, 3 carries, 26 yards, and a touchdown as well. And then on the defensive side, Luke Leslie with 3.5 tackles and a forced fumble. Ashton Ferry with 3 tackles, a sack, and 2 fumble recoveries. And Caden Vester with 2.5 tackles and a forced fumble. Or I'm sorry, he recovered them. I can't read.
It's okay. Neither can I. The Black Knights faced West Vigo, and the Knights win 28-14. Some offensive stats. Dalton DeWig, 143 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns. He took the opening kickoff back for a 60-yard touchdown.
Devin Hester did that once. It didn't work out for them as well.
Well, it worked out for them.
Worked out great for them.
Yeah.
Wish the Bears would have done the same thing.
Jason Keith had 5 carries, 30 yards, and an extra point. River Trussler had a carry for 8 yards, 2 receptions for 11, and a 2-point conversion reception.
Great job.
Kyler Keith, 3 carries, 22 yards, 2 pass completions for 11, and a 2-point conversion pass.
Nice.
Bryson Silvers, 2 carries, 9 yards, and an extra point. Then on defense, Dalton DeWitt, 4 tackles, 1 for a loss, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Big day.
Good job.
Bryson Silvers, 4 tackles for a forced fumble. Wyatt Hayes had 3 tackles, and Cullen Drury, 2 tackles and 1 for a loss. Coach wanted to make sure he shouted out the big hog mollies up front. Offensive line did a tremendous job fighting through the heat and providing ample space for the running backs. Great job, Cooper Deal, Connor Whitehead, Stephen Geraci, Paxton Drury, and Blaze Branson.
Good job, boys up front.
Now we got senior nights.
White Knights take on West Vigo, 28-8. The Knights get the victory. On the offensive side, Gavin Hendricks, monster day, 9 carries, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Javon Robinson, 5 carries, 74 yards, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. Cree Staley, 9 carries, 58 yards, a touchdown, and a completion for 27 yards. Gavin Bowling with a carry for 17 yards, and Ben Ader with 3 carries for 6 yards. Then on the defensive side, Gavin Hendricks continues his big day, 3 tackles and a fumble recovery.
Good job.
Cree Staley with 3 tackles and a forced fumble.
Good job.
Ryan Hollowell and Iverson Vaughn adding 3 tackles apiece. Nelson Norton adding 2 tackles and a fumble recovery. And Javon Robinson and Jamison Pierce add 2 tackles apiece. The boys played very well, and it was a great team effort.
All right.
Notes from the coach.
Notes from Coach Howard. Black Knights faced Sullivan, and the Knights won 28-0.
Owen Valley.
Owen Valley, sorry. I think that's the notes I received with Sullivan.
It was Owen
Oh,
Valley.
it was Owen Valley.
I was
Okay.
there.
Oh, I might have butchered it. Oh, well. Knights played Owen Valley and won 28-0. Some offensive notes. Caden Longo, 2 touchdowns. Jet Barker with a touchdown. Bentley McVeigh with a touchdown. And Grayson Berry, 2 receptions for 20 yards. And then on defense, Ethan Shaley had an interception.
They played very, very well.
And then the Silver Knights did play Sullivan. I think that's where I messed
There
up.
you go.
And Sullivan won 25-12. Now we move over to Greencastle Youth Football.
The Tiger Cubs take on South Putt, 27-8. South Putt gets the victory. On the offensive side for Greencastle, Hunter Monroe, 30 rush yards and 2 reception yards. Joseph Osman, 5 reception yards. Aiden Dayhuff with 49 rush yards and a touchdown. Gabe Whitman with 16 rush yards. Justin Gorel with 7 reception yards. And Tucker Hatfield with a completion for 5 yards. On the defensive side, Gabe Whitman with 4 tackles and a tackle for a loss. Hunter Monroe with 4 tackles. Joseph Osman, I lost my place, 3 tackles. Aiden Dayhuff, Easton Neely, and Travarius Fortner add 2 tackles apiece. I had to really lean back to get my old eyes to work.
Yeah, that's okay. Good job, Greencastle.
Carrots,
now
kids.
we move over to the Clay Youth Soccer Club.
Carrots, the ones that fix your eyesight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it might be a little late for that.
It is.
You're
I
supposed to do that
said
as a
eat your
child.
carrots, kids.
Eat your carrots, kids.
And then I had to fact check myself. Make sure. I guess eat carrots.
Eat your carrots. That's right, right?
That's
Okay,
right.
thanks. We're going to roll that.
Thank you,
Gotcha,
right?
gotcha.
I'm not a nutritionist.
All right, the U15 Comets faced Danville, and the Comets won 2-1. Some stats for them. Evan Little had a goal and an assist. Claire Lane with a goal. Colin Phillips with an assist. And Zach Stick had 11 saves on his birthday. Congratulations.
Great job.
And then we had the U13 Comets with a C versus the Mooresville Comets with a K.
Oh, that's confusing.
So the Comets with a C, they won 4-2. Some stats for them. Laney Hughes had 2 goals. Kyle Mapes with a goal. And Craig Arvin with a goal.
That would be a nightmare to commentate.
Not really. Be like Comets versus Comets.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be wrong in that one.
True. I guess you would never fail.
Because you wouldn't be like, Comets with a C. They got to break away. Oh, the Comets with a C. No, that's
You would just constantly be saying comments.
Yeah.
Every 2 seconds.
or they would say Brazil and Mooresville.
Fair point.
There we
Okay.
go.
Anyway,
moving along.
sorry.
Moving along. U13 Comets faced the Speedway Rockstars on Sunday. The Comets won 1-0.
Good job.
Craig Arvin had a goal, and AJ was the goalkeeper and kept the Rockstars from having any concerts.
Yeah. Great job.
This is some coaches.
Did they
notes.
write that or did you?
They wrote that.
Good job, coaches.
Yeah, I did. I'm not that smart.
Yeah. Any coaches that want to add some fun jokes
some
and
fun
fun
jingles or notes. I'd love to.
it just
read
makes
them out.
us look better. So
Exactly.
thank
You make us look good, so thank you. These indie teams can be very challenging, but the defense held their own against them. And some more coaches' notes. I'm so proud of each and every one of the players on the U13 Comets. This is definitely a group of kids to watch come up through the ranks.
Great job.
Coach Ogborn. So
And great job, Coach Ogborn.
good job, Coach Ogborn. And then that does it for all that. Now comes to our favorite time of the show, the Red Velvet Power Performer. And this week's Which one are we doing? Prep or youth?
The youth start.
Youth starts. Okay.
You got 10 seconds.
For the youth, we have Avery Weichel, Lily Lumpson, Drake Pettiford, Emerson Moore, Liam Favre, Max Osborne, Gavin Hendricks, Cree Staley, Aiden Dayhuff, and Gabe Whitman, TJ Nicholson and Christopher Hayes, Carter Cooper, and Oliver Ellington. For the prep, we have Brady McDonald, Ava Harper, Lauren Horn, Cole Stevens, Keenan Maury Shields, Christian Kramer, Jared Graves, Amber Moreland, and Jamie Zymendorf, and Zayden Reisinger, and Zach Stick.
Okay.
Woo! We may be cutting that list down.
Duly noted. We're going to have to extend.
Woo!
Would you like to read it again so you don't have to read
I'll
it so fast?
we'll
just read it all slowly
We'll
through
read it
there.
slowly. That was like my auctioneer
I'll
stance.
put it up one more time and you just read your
I'm
own
just going to read my notes.
We'll still put it up. But you read
Okay.
your own.
For we had the softball league, Avery Weichel and Lily Lumsden. For the Pee Wee, we had Drake Pettiford and Emerson Moore. For junior, this is CYFL junior, Liam Fabre and Max Osborne. For the CYFL senior, Gavin Hendricks and Cree Staley. For Greencastle, we had Aiden Dayhuff and Gabe Whitman. For the Terre Haute Boys and Girls Club, TJ Nicholson, Christopher Hayes, Carter Cooper, and Oliver Ellington. Then we move to the prep side. Volleyball, Brady McDonald. Soccer, Ava Harper. For cross country, Lauren Horn. For varsity football, we had Cole Stevens from Greencastle, Keenan Maury Shields from South Putt, Christian Kramer from North Putt, and Jared Graves from Park Heritage. For the golf, we had Amber Moorhead. And then for North Clay, Jamie Zymendorf and Zayden Reisinger. And then for the soccer, we had Zach Stick.
Good work this week.
Now I can breathe.
Good job. So duly noted. We're either going to have to dial that list way back, or I'm going to have to.
We just
extend
keep
the
adding all
time.
these clubs. And
That's
I'm like,
good though.
That is a good problem to have. So
Yeah.
thank you. Keep sending in those stats. And also, we're going to drop the highlight reel later this week. So send in your highlight clips.
Yeah,
We'll
we were
get
a little light last
we
week,
were-
and
yeah.
I don't know that I ever saw them until after the fact. So
Yeah.
we'll get a
We'll get 'em.
one for the last couple of weeks put together and get one out.
And keep spreading the word about this little show. This is fun. This is our way of giving back to the community and giving the kids a spotlight. So
Yeah.
with that does it for this edition of the Chowdown. We're out of here. Keep pushing.
Bye.